You could do that. Going on in.
Gragas, I wouldn't even care because I'm just going to throw my ultimate and steal it anyway.
Exactly. Throw the ultimate in, belly bust on over into the pit, get a few kills, and then just leave.
One of my favorite Baron steals ever was with a Cho'Gath and teleporting into the Baron pit. If you ever teleport with anyone, Cho'Gath's really easy to steal with. You just feast it and it's it's dead. But if you ever teleport in for a Baron, then you just feel like the greatest player ever.
So here we go. Bans going in for game number 2. TF, Alistar, Morgana, Shen, Nautilus. It's same bans for Legion this time around as well. But Alistar did do absolute work in the bot lane for Legion, and that was go ahead. You can let Legion have the Corki, the Alistar with all that CC, even on as heading into the to the mid game was just right there, out in front. Close range team for Legion just could not do anything because the Alistar was right there to pop you up. And I agree with that ban. It's not worth banning out the Kayle. It's not worth banning out Vayne or Karthus. Alistar was a big problem, but Legion will go ahead and grab the first pick Jax this time around.
Yeah, Jax is just so strong all around. I was kind of curious whether or not Legion would hold up on the Jax pick, and if they were just going to be like, you know what, that worked out pretty well for us last game. We'll just go with Kayle once again. But the big thing is now with Jax, they can also grab Urgot, and so I think Legion will probably grab the Urgot. You wouldn't want to have a Kayle and Urgot matchup. Probably you would have a really strong early game, but you wouldn't have the sustained damage that you need to take people down. But we do see the Vayne and Taric on the enemy team, and so they don't want to allow Demon Law to have that Vayne pick. Demon Law was just absolutely insane in that bottom lane. And Blitzcrank, that's always a fun pick.
Blitzcrank, if the Caitlyn pick comes in too, that would just make my day, because I would love to see that combo actually pulled off tonight. But yeah, it's just now we have now we got a little game in here. It's like, oh, I bet we can play Jax better than you. Oh, I bet we can play Vayne better than you. And now it's that challenge to the other teams. It's like, we want to keep your favorite champs away from you, and just make an attempt and see if we can't cover more ground than you did last time. But yeah, Blitzcrank, Graves. It's still an excellent combo.
I think that Legion is perfectly happy with playing that game.
Oh, yeah.
oGaming, they are pretty decent players. There are a number of 2K players, trying to kind of make their break in. We'll see how it works out for them. But Graves, definitely a smart pick against Vayne. And so the big thing is, Graves has a lot of sustained damage in burst. Against Vayne, the passive on Graves is going to be huge. Vayne, Vayne's passive works very well against Graves with the true damage. But early on, Graves can be very abusive, and if we get a pull in from Blitzcrank, that's a kill. So that's something they're going to have to watch out for. The Skarner pick, we haven't seen a lot of Skarner recently. We did see him in the jungle yesterday, but that would be kind of an interesting pick. And then Malphite, I actually really like the Malphite versus Jax. I've seen it a couple of times. It's actually really a nice matchup to cover.
Skarner is not the most picked jungler these days. Skarner, one of his big faults, he needs to get up close and personal. He needs to get in there with the ult to start dragging people. If he never gets into the fight, if he doesn't get close enough, there's a lot of champs out there with slows that will just keep him in check. If he can't get close enough, he doesn't really get what he needs to support the rest of the team. But Malphite should be able to help secure that. Malphite in the top lane. Malphite Jax. The shield can be chunked away pretty quick. But you grab a Ninja Tabby, you get a chain vest on him too. We could be able to resist a lot of the bursts coming from Jax. We'll have to see how that lane works out. Yeah,
the big thing with the Malphite versus Jax lane is Malphite has the attack speed slow, and so early on in the game, Jax does have a nice chunk of burst damage. He can pop the shield. However, because his cooldowns are very long early on, he doesn't have the follow-up damage to take down Malphite. So Malphite, you allow Jax to come in. You have a lot of armor, so really quickly, Jax is never going to be able to kill you for the most part, as long as you play safe. And then you just chase after Jax, and you have plenty of damage to follow up. And so Jax is like, my abilities are on cooldown. I'm not, super farmed yet. Why are you chasing me? This sucks. And so you control the lane. It will be a pretty even lane. As the lane progresses, Jax will be able to farm. However, Malphite does have the knock-up to get some quick kills. And wow, this is a really interesting team, to say the least. Amumu in the jungle. I know some people who have been saying that they think that he's Tier 1, just one of the best junglers right now, and we're seeing him more and more, and then Annie in the mid lane should be really cool as well.
I like the picks, though, because Amumu with the ult, it's because you see oGaming is actually running a very similar comp that Legion was running in Game 1. Very up close and personal, very in your face. So, Malphite's going to be ulting in. Skarner's going to be trying to run into the thick of things to get the ult off. Vayne's not the most longest range character in the world.
Yeah.
So having a Mumu there on the front line with the ult to counter-initiate, and then Annie's there to follow up with Tibbers, and that's an additional stun, has additional damage, and this is going to allow Legion to go ahead and just take away any team fight that oGaming looks to try and initiate. So 2 very good picks.
And the nice thing, so oGaming, it's really a Vayne-centric comp. They have plenty of CC. Skarner is very easy to pick up kills with the suppression, so that's something to watch out for. But we're going to have, the initiation with Malphite and whatnot, try and just protect Vayne, allow her to deal her damage.
Yeah.
Annie is such a strong early game champion. And so the big reason that Annie's kind of fallen off in play is there's a number of champions that, do what Annie kind of does, except better through the mid and late game. Games tend to last a little bit longer in competitive play, so you're going to pick a late game champion. Well, Annie, she does fall off some. The big issue is when Annie's ultimate is down, she's, a shadow of her former self. Right. However, Annie, when her ult is up, it is the press R to win button. If you've ever seen the Annie guide, where it's just like, is your ult up? Yes. Then, megaton nuke, spam the shit out of it. And Annie early in the game, we did see some buffs recently to Annie.
Yes.
Got a little bit more HP back, got a little bit more damage. The passive change was kind of a nice change, but it was really just a usability thing. It didn't change the frequency of her procs. But Annie early on is just so aggressive and can control fights so easily, and that's going to allow Jax to get to his late game. And with that burst damage and that just massive AoE damage, it's going to be difficult. I mean, with Annie and Graves and Amumu and Blitzcrank, that's just like insta-kill death, and then we have Jax for the follow-up to chase people down. Yeah. Should be pretty exciting to see. Annie versus Brand is a pretty even lane matchup. Brand, has, I don't know, they both have the same range, so it really comes down to play. Both of them have plenty of burst damage, so we'll see how that works out.
I think Annie loses out in the range game, but if you ever see an Annie in mid, you got the little halo going around. It's like, oh, if I get close, she's going to stun me, and it's going to hurt. And just the threat of that is sometimes more than enough to get some champs in mid to back off. But still, the big concern here for game number 2 is oGaming keeping the Vayne alive. If you cannot keep the Vayne alive, if she gets underfed, if Blitzcrank gets even just one grab is more than enough to keep her in check and to keep her dead. If the Vayne doesn't get her farm, she's going to come behind. But cleanse does help.
I'm glad. I thought that Zion was going to pick Ignite for a second, and I was like, Ignite would be nice, but do you see the team comp that you're going against? You're going to pick Ignite.
There's plenty of initially bot lane, the cleanse could, the one errant grab could, or even the one errant bandage from a Mumu. The cleanse could keep her safe, but later on into the game, that's a lot of CC when, and even then, oGaming is going to have to look for the right times to initiate, because if one wrong initiation and they're just all stunned for such an extended period of time, they're all just going to melt immediately. But there is the pick-off advantage as well. If oGaming can go ahead, be sneaky, and just individually pick off members of Legion, Skarner's a great champ to do that with if you can get in close enough. Just pull, damage, gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the case. Unfortunately, Amumu and Skarner, they have similar jungle and clearing speeds. Amumu, if you can steal his blue early on, that's awesome. Right. That's not going to be the case right now, just because Legion's early game team is so strong that they will have to back off. Amumu will be able to get a fast jungle clear, unless, oGaming, they could try for a risky invade, and a lot of times, if you invade late, you can just kind of expect, with all of your team, you can kind of expect that the enemy team is only going to have maybe 3 people at blue, and so you invade 5v3, you pick up some kills, no big deal, but for the most part, they're probably going to sit back, just get the blue for Skarner. And so Amumu has a little bit more aggressive ganking early on, but both of them are pretty similar once they hit 6.
And blue is equally important to both junglers. I mean, Skarner does definitely need it. It's pretty important on him just to so he can go ahead and get a quick clear. But now I got 2. What the hell? See that one I've never seen.
Yeah, it's should be okay.
We should be fine. Let's just go ahead and get this maximized anyway. But granted, it's blue is vital to both of these junglers.
Yeah.
More so Amumu than Skarner, but if Skarner does happen to start to red or something, that first gank has to pay off, though. That's the thing. That is the big risk. If Cloverblood decides to go ahead, start up top, start into red, try and get an early gank on Jax. So, I don't know. And also, not to mention,
it's not that big of a deal. They can just, farm to 6 fine. And, we probably won't see an early gank from either of them. We could see, you're right, they could run in on that top lane and try and get us some damage. It's just, it's very difficult for either of them to gank successfully early on. So they'll both probably just try and speed jungle, to 6 so that they can have a little bit more potential.
And also, if you ever do see Annie in competitive play, a lot of the players really enjoy using the Frostfire skin because they say that it's a little bit harder to see the stun halo on Frostfire Annie as opposed to other skins.
I hadn't heard that before. That's actually really interesting.
I've
I
heard,
could see that being the case.
Well, we'll wait for Annie to get this stun and see if you can go ahead and be
I'll have
the
to
judge.
pick up the Frostfire Annie skin.
It kind of reminds me of way back Quake 2 days. It was my first forays into pro gaming. I remember a lot of pros way back when would just use the female character models because they say it was harder to hit those. It's smaller targets, harder to hit with railgun, and Quake is just such a massive weapon, and it's smaller character
I'd be
model.
playing and I'd be like, oh, look at this guy, he's really big and looks cool, let me play this guy.
Love being bigger targets for railguns. It's a wonderful thing. Anyway, that was a long time ago. This is now game number 2, Legion versus oGaming. Legion is up a set. If they win this one, they will move on to round of 16. But for now, though, we are in this.
Yeah, and we'll have to see, whether or not oGaming can get any early advantages. They really need to snowball pretty quickly with the Malphite and Skarner pick. And they have a lot of quick burst potential, but the issue is there's just so much damage from Legion and so much CC that even if we grab one target from Legion in a team fight, the rest of the team is just going to absolutely obliterate oGaming. And that's definitely going to be a concern. And we see right off the bat, instead of sitting back to protect Amumu, they're coming in, they want this invade. We could just see Blitzcrank maybe even pull the blue over the wall, and then they do it over the wall. They don't necessarily need to go for kills. We do have the ward for oGaming, so warding their blue, they will be safe.
So there's the stun on Annie.
No, she didn't. Does she have it?
She's got the stun up.
Oh, you're right, she does have it.
There
it
look,
is.
It's a very dim halo. It's a really dim halo, actually.
Yeah, right now we do see oGaming actually with really nice positioning. So they drop the ward over at the blue. They know we have the invade Legion coming in, but they're all ready. So if they see a teleport, and so Legion right now, they might be thinking that they're blue, so they might go back, in which case oGaming's, they're like, oh, okay, well, we can do our blue now. Or if 2 of the members of Legion leave, we see the teleport on Cruiser, this could be the cue where after the teleport's up, once they start doing blue, all of oGaming just jumps right on top of them and tries to pick up an early kill with that advantage.
Says Jax has backed, looking to go up to top lane, and there is oGaming's Q. Everyone from Legion, they're down a member. Bellaflug is being caught out a little bit too far, and there goes Brand with the AoE exhaust going down. Antumu has flashed over the wall, but in response, Zion will go ahead, and first blood going to the Iron Man, so that's going to be a nice little advantage for Brand in the mid, and securing your own blue, that's always a good thing. So right now, yeah,
it's absolutely huge. Really nice play from oGaming. Just smart play all around. So, the first blood onto Brand is going to be really nice for lane control. Amumu is going to be set so far behind. He needs help with his blue now. The blue, fortunately, hasn't leveled up yet, and so that's the concern. At around 4 minutes, the blues, they level up, and they level up throughout the game. But he's going to be fine, but he still needs the pull, and so setting him back early is just all around awesome.
So now, just now, Amumu is going to go ahead and start onto the blue. Not a whole lot of assistance from the team, so it's going to be a little bit harder. So the rest of the team is like, hey man, you screwed up. So
he did start with the cloth armor though. So fortunately, as opposed to going like a early regrowth pendant for the Philosopher's Stone, he will have enough regen, but that's still going to be tough.
Oh yeah, it's still going to be rough, but actually not to cloth 5, but cloth 4 and a mana as well, just in the event that blue was taken away. But there comes the grab from Blitz onto Zion, and there goes the ignite down. Cleanse clearing the ignite, but still Demon Will be there in pursuit for the one last shot to get the kill bot lane.
Yeah, and you just have so much burst damage with both Blitz and Graves. It is a really nice lane. We actually see Cruiser dropping Sasori pretty quickly here. We have the jump. He does have the Ignite, just barely not able to get it. Oof. So he will get out of there. But even so, a really nice early lane advantage for Jax. Able to burst him down early, even though Malphite should have an early advantage. Probably taking a little bit too much damage from minions there.
Cloverblood is not too far away.
Oh, they're trying to bait him in, though.
Trying to bait Jax in something. Cloverblood is nearby with double buff, but actually the damage from Jax was just going to be enough to keep Sasori X in check. Cloverblood, this is not going to be the best opportunity for a dive, but just going to go ahead and get the Ignite quick on. But the pull bot lane going for the damage down on Lisane, but also top lane. Sasori X is here. Prawley has come on up, the little girl getting some extra damage, but Cloverblood will go ahead and get the kill on the Cruiser. Now Prawley's in a little bit of a sticky situation. They're trying to chunk out Cloverblood as much as possible, but will be for naught. So 2 for 1 top lane in favor for oGaming.
Yeah, and unfortunately using that Flash as well onto Annie.
Yep.
It is early in the game, so it will be up, but still, it's such a huge advantage to give up. We do see a pretty heavy, gold pretend build though. So Jax, instead of wanting to be aggressive early on, he knows he's mostly going to want to just sit back and farm, going with the Philosopher's Stone, which is unusual. You don't usually see it onto Jax. The big issue is that it kind of sets behind your aggression, so you're not going to be able to trade damage as well. And maybe if you went like a Heart of Gold or something, you'd have a little bit more health. But we have the pull once again. There's going to be a quick kill. We have the pop up. One more attack will do it, but the stun, and he's barely able to get out of there.
Well timed.
So really nice job.
I'll try to get the smoke screen to get that last smoke. The smoke screen does very little damage, but is sometimes enough to get you to kill. But try to get it, but just could not.
And we do see the Philosopher's Stone on Annie as well. So Annie, it reduces some of your killing potential, but is going to be fine with farming. Knows will be really aggressive in the mid game, and gold pretend items are just so strong right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a nerf soon, just because they're really incredible. Like there's almost no downside to them. It reduces some of your early game aggression. You can't be as aggressive when you have a gold pretend, but even so, as long as you're just sitting back and farming, it's always a good call.
And not to mention, there is a Kage's Lucky Pick onto the brand. So potential DFG build in the works for the mid, and it's coming into popularity actually quite recently to just have the extra burst available to you for when you go in for those kills. Just he's like, hey, all my cooldowns are gone. Hey, I got this little DFG thing. It's going to be a huge chunk of damage to you. Might as well use it. And for the moment, though, Sasori X pushing Cruiser to the tower. Jax can still farm under tower okay. But Sasori is just trying to walk in front, being a little bit of a jerk, getting the slam and some free damage. Stun going down. Shield mitigating a little bit of it, but still okay. Now we got both junglers here in the mid. Cloverblood not 6 yet, and neither is a Mumu. It's just going to go ahead and just keep everyone away. Actually, no one. Everyone's just waiting to hit 6.
Yeah, but you see in that top lane just how aggressive Malphite can be against Jax. And probably getting some nice harass off onto Brand here. The mana changes for Annie were nice as well. They had some changes so you can spam your Q a little bit more for harass when you're not just farming with it. That was kind of one of the issues with Annie, was you can be really aggressive early on, but very quickly you would use your abilities and just be completely out of mana. So that's definitely a nice change. We'll see, but Malphite, doing a really nice job with control. He will have his ultimate now, along with the Ignite. Skarner is not in position, though, so there's probably not enough damage, and we will probably see a Mumu up in this lane shortly, in case there's a dive.
Yeah, a Mumu grabbing the wolves right now, but even then, there is a ward up here in the top lane. And if a Mumu does take the quick way in, he will be spotted, but maybe just enough time for Sasori X to get out to safety to the tower. Mid lane, Prawley and Iron Man, the ults are both up, just waiting for their moments. So there's definitely enough burst on both champs to try and take one out if at the right opportunity. But Brand is going to be playing it safe. Blue is up for oGaming, so he's going to go ahead and secure it for himself. But there will be a bit of a delay until Legion's Blue comes up because of the late start.
Yeah, and so Brand, again, just going to continue to farm. It's the Brand versus Annie matchup's pretty interesting. Annie has a little bit better trade potential. They both have like the same attack range, and basically the same range. We have Sasori jumping in for the ult. We actually have a lot of damage going to Cruiser. I don't think it's going to be enough, so he should be able to get out of there. The Ignite barely. Just following off, and so that was the concern. Is just maybe not enough damage, but we do see a Mumu trying to be aggressive here. maybe going to engage. We actually have the flash ultimate from Prolly onto Brand, very quickly able to pick up that kill.
Gonna be more than enough to grab that, so good call on Prolly.
Was your R up, Prolly? Yes, it was.
Go.
Spam that button.
Flash, R, ignite, skills, kill, easy. So it's that is always a constant threat with Annie is the flash.
Oh, the nice roll.
Nice tumble from Vayne to evade that grab from Noobish. But yeah, there's just Flash Annie is just always been just an absolute staple.
Mumu stealing Skarner's red.
Ooh, nice and tricky. Skarner, seen in mid, just trying to defend against. Well, actually, just Tibbers at that point. But it's like, yeah, Mumu knew, Bellaflicka knew. It's like, if Skarner's preoccupied, your red is up. I'm going to go ahead and take it. And also waiting in the Tribrush top lane, waiting for Malphite to come back to lane, possibly waiting for Skarner to come into lane as well. And a nice unsuspecting gank, and ult on a Mumu is up. There's Sasori X going the wrong way. He's getting into the Tribrush and going to take some free damage here from Bellaflicka. Getting the stun, waiting for the Jax to come in, but Cruiser's going to be a little bit too far away. Sasori X, the rest of his team is telling him you might want to go ahead and back off, but he's going to go ahead, he's going to stay, he's fine. And there's the pull from Blitzcrank. Linsanity actually getting the stun off, and the pull from Cloverblood onto Demon Wall. 4 members of oGaming here in the bot lane, and that should be a secured dragon. Everyone's now coming on in, going to grab this one for free. It is still warded by Legion, but there's not a whole lot they can do about it at this point.
Yeah, and Skarner actually starting off with the mobility boots. So Shirelius is always a common thing to go on Skarner. We do have an engage, though. They're actually trying to get in here. We have the stun going off onto Brand. They will try and stall it out a little bit. And Skarner actually taking a lot of damage. And this is one of the concerns with Skarner as a jungler is he doesn't have very fast dragon control, and he will take a lot of damage. They could maybe pick up the kill. Noobish might just go for it on his own. Maybe not. Oh, no, there's the pull. Mistiming that. Unfortunately, Prolly is coming in here. They still want this fight, and Bellaflicka is with him. They will not be able to get engaged, though.
Top lane did get the kill. Actually, let's go. Let's take a quick step back here. Top lane, Cruiser just goes straight in on the dive, but dies mid Malphite ult. How unfortunate.
And the big thing is that we saw Mumu come up and wear down Malphite, and so at this point in the game, Malphite versus Jax is still very even, and we actually see an engage here. Unfortunately, we are trying to dive onto Ziam here. We will have the pop up underneath the turret. Noobish taking a lot of damage. He does have the shield, but he has to get out of there. There's the quick damage with Prolly into the bandage toss. They do pick up that kill. So Malphite top, he exchanges very well with Jax at this point. Usually Jax can't kill him. You can just walk away because of how much armor you have. But because Amumu was able to wear him down a little bit, Jax was able to follow it up with some more damage and just quickly wear him down. So we do see some nice control there, and they will back off.
Sasori X, just a nice little wave. Just hitting the tower is going to go ahead and clear the rest of that up, trying to equalize things. But Iron Man knows Prolly is half health. But we at 2 levels behind, missing the stun. The ult can only get 1 hit because there's nothing for it to bounce off of. A little bit of a waste, unfortunately. But yeah, Prolly's still going to be able to get the safety. Has the stun up in case anyone tries to still get aggressive. So going to grab the wraiths, head on back, buy something nice. How much gold does Prolly got right now? It's still 1,000. It's a little something. Could go ahead and finish off the boots, or go ahead and get a blasting rod as well. But yeah, look at that, 3 GP10s. Jeez. Yeah, now you start to see all the stacking onto Legion, and they're definitely looking to drag this game out later and later.
Yeah.
Because as time goes on, those GP10s are just going to go ahead and earn more income as the game goes on. These things start to spiral out of control. As seen, Dignitas my last time, they did it last night.
But we have the pull on the Tarek, some nice damage. Graves getting some damage off. Will probably get the kill with the ultimate. All you need is that ultimate. He does not have it up. No, it's actually just barely not up. So 1 more attack for Tarek, but they do have to back off because Skarner is chasing hard. He has those mobility boots. We need to get some damage back onto him to kind of proc those boots. Unfortunately, he will get the pull. The flash into Demon Law, getting the pull back as Demon Law tries to flash. He will go down, but the pull from Noobish, the flash followed up by Ziam, getting himself out of there.
Nice pull from
And Annie coming into the top lane. They're actually going to dive onto Malphite.
Annie, there you go. Is the stun? Not there is a stun coming up with the Q followed by the W, and there you go. Probably will go ahead and still get that kill. So now it's just pings going down. He's like, hey, you might want to back off. There may be some other members of oGaming here, but alas, there are
Mumu
not.
At the blue. This is just constant aggression.
There we go. Bellaflicka looking to get the steal, but Ziam is here as well. The Mumu has got no option. He's got to burn it. Stun going down onto Vayne. Can the kill actually still happen? Yes, but at what cost? Red going on to Brand, better than Skarner, but still you're losing a buff.
And the nice thing about that that gang top with Annie,
probably.
Annie might try and steal this with the ultimate, actually. We're going to have the stun from Tarek. We'll be able to get out of there. There's not enough mana on anyone for them to chase her down.
Tibbers is up, though, but it's a 3v1. It's not the best of situations. Not worth really burning an ult like that to just try and steal that.
And the nice thing with that gank from Annie top was that Annie, knew, all right, I don't need enough damage to take him down. Jax is easily going to get this kill, so, got Malphite low and then stayed out the edge of tower range. And so if Annie had come in a little bit closer, trying to go for the kill, we actually had the flash from Probably onto IU Iron Man, the quick burst, able to pick it up. We will have the bounces off of Tibbers, but it's not going to be enough.
It's all right.
So Annie knew, all right, I can sit on the edge of tower range. If Malphite ults me, I just take a step back, no big deal, I'm going to be fine. So, didn't threaten the kill on the tower dive, was a very safe kill.
Yeah, and always remember, Flash Annie, Flash ult Annie is still, and will always be, just a massive threat in the mid lane. And he was full health, wasn't he? He was pretty healthy.
Yeah,
and
both the Annie ult and the W are instant abilities, so that's really the nice thing about them. They're so instant that even if there's actually an autocorrect thing where a lot of times, we actually have Jax jumping onto Sorry, we'll be fine though, where a lot of times you might flash out of it, but then, we have the bandage toss on the Skarner, so there's going to be a kill. Just a little bit more damage, is able to pick it up. The wasted ultimate, actually.
Yeah. I don't even remember who that went on. It's probably just wait, you ulted me and I killed you or something?
But the big thing is, there's times where even when you flash away from Annie, if you get off the Annie ultimate or the W, you're still going to be stunned because it's an instant thing. It's just it's a weird glitch where the game corrects and it's you guys kind of got these things off at the same time. So you both flashed and did it. We have Amumu stealing this red here. Unfortunately, the enemy team does know it's there, and actually really nice positioning from him. He will back off on the other side, and they're just kind of chasing him around the bush, so he's going to be fine. But turning back into him, actually, he doesn't want to tank these towers. I don't think he knew where they were, because otherwise he wouldn't have done it. So we have some damage going off. He didn't hit the stun,
DFG.
So he is still chased, though.
There's the ult from Brandon. Won't bounce off anything, but still getting pretty low. But there's Inubish to play a little bit of interference. Cloverblood is not going to be able. Can you get over the wall, Bellaflica? No, actually, no. You don't have flash. That's right. He doesn't have flash, actually. So, yeah, he's just the best that could have actually happened. So just enter at the end of the pit, stun, ult, and try and delay the inevitable, actually. But Nubish cannot get the grab to someone under tower range. Yeah, just did not realize flash was down, unfortunately. So Bellaflica getting out of position just, once again, but still, there's a little bit of a lead still on the Legion, but just can't be doing that anymore.
The Malphite ultimate on the Graves.
From Malphite and Demon Wells is trapped under tower, just nowhere you go. All 5 members of oGaming are here.
Unfortunately, while they're, having fun down here, just, not worrying about it, Cruiser is farming up top, and not only does he have those gold pretends, but he is going to be farming very successfully, grabs that tower. He's actually probably going to be able to get the second tower while they're taking this dragon. It's going to be close. He has to wait for the next minion wave, but that's definitely going to be a threat. And if he takes 2 towers, that's definitely to their advantage.
So Flash, Flash was used by Annie a little bit earlier before, so no crazy Flash ulting over the wall of the Dragon Pit, and oGaming will go ahead and take that one. But as mentioned before,
he actually doesn't have enough time.
Cruiser's just here, just chilling, getting some free damage on his turret. He's still going to go for a little bit of free damage, but
he kind of needs to get out of there, though.
He does, yeah. Skarner ult is up, and so there's the flash coming in from Skarner, but a little bit opposition Ghost coming in from Jax to try and escape, and not going to go and press this. Well,
it was kind of a surprising flash from Skarner. He tried to flash right on top of Jax, pull him underneath the tower, because the minions were dead. It was on the last minion, and he just wasn't able to get it in time, and so the flash was down, and Jax was easily able to get out of there, so they probably should have had that kill. We do see Amumu really nice ward coverage. So Legion, just has really nice coverage around that bottom lane. They can be extremely aggressive, maybe even tower dive. Amumu just trying to get some kills though.
That's all Amumu ever wants. He just wants a hug. That's all Amumu ever really needed in life. But you know what? He's doing okay, all things considered. But just getting caught out on a few too many instances trying to be aggressive and stealing buffs and whatnot. But once the full 5-on-5 team fights come in, that's where Mumu and Annie are both just going to shine in absolute spades. Just ults back to back. Fantastic synergy with the both of them, because oGaming will be looking to engage, but they've been successful in catching individual members out, isolating them, getting to gank center tower, and grabbing objectives like Dragon. And the game is still pretty even. albeit Legion has just a little bit of a gold lead here for the time being. And also 2 towers down. There he comes the pull onto Iron Man. Quick stun, and there's probably there. The ult does not manage to get the stun onto the Brand, unfortunately.
Yeah, if we had that silence a little bit sooner from Inubish, they probably had the kill.
Yeah.
We do have the Deathfire's Grasp, though, and the stun from IU Iron Man onto Prolly. Unfortunately, Graves does burst him down, and Malphite is here, so they will want to back off there. Prolly getting pretty low, but Bellafica being pretty aggressive does have the ultimate. They will have a full engage, actually, and so Demon Lull will go down pretty quickly. He should be okay, though. He is able to get the flash out, and we have Vayne bursting down Vayne. So Graves with the great damage, so much AoE damage. We have the pullback onto Tarek as well. There's going to be an ace if we get that one last hit onto... Oh, can't do it.
Can't do it, but you know what? It's okay because not only do you have 3 members of Legion here,
and
you still got the crew, you still got Jax.
And that's what we were talking about earlier, just how much AoE damage we have, and just to be able to burst them down instantly, and then if Jax was there, he's easily going to be able to follow up with it. In the meantime, he's just pressuring this top lane.
That is a huge wave up top lane. That's not a whole lot. Just look at that. All of that damage from Jax right now. That is just wrong. That's wrong on so many levels. That Brand just melted.
He does have a ward, so you know if he wants, he can just jump out of there over a wall. He is going to be safe. Yeah, Rageblade is it's actually interesting. So
that's like early Jax.
Yeah,
it's
pretty old. And the big thing is he knows he has a lot of farm.
Yeah.
Rageblade is really nice for damage. It's the thing with Rageblade is it's a split pushing item, and so on both Jax and Nidalee, you get Rageblade when you're looking to split push. He will be able to 1v1 anyone in the game right now. He knows that. He knows he's stronger than everyone else. But then it also allows him to tank towers very easily. And you know, so it's just the 1v1ing and the tanking towers capability. It makes him a little bit weaker in team fights, but he already knows that his team is just ungodly in team fights.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter if he's hurting himself a little bit there. It's just it's a weird pick. So he's happy with it. It kind of throws them off their game a little bit, but it is really nice in split pushing.
Well, it used to be like a mandatory item on Jax too, because the old passive, you got extra health based on AP and AD. It's a fantastic item that provides both. Stacks with the attack speed, steroid. It used to just be
the efficiency of the item is out the roof, and the issue with Jax, old Jax and new Jax, is that you're very susceptible to being kited. This team, they have a lot of disables, but Jax is going to be coming in as the finisher. He is jumping in here, though. He can maybe pick up a kill, but his team is out of position. We have the Malphite ult into the Skarner ult, into the stun from Brand. They will be able to pick up that kill. Blitz trying to help him out. It isn't going to be enough, so he will be chased down as well. Unfortunately, Annie is here, so there's the ultimate. Brand going down very quickly. We have Blitz with the flash, a Mumu ult as well, so they will be able to pick up these kills. There's the double kill. Can we get the triple kill? One more hit. Graves. The triple kill for Annie. Give her the Quadra. We need the Quadra.
Can you get the Quadra? There's a Mumu to help set things up. Come on, Prolly, get over there. Nah, Bella's going to go ahead and take that one. But yeah, nice triple from Prolly.
The big thing with Jax is that it's so easy to kite Jax and get that damage off. And as you saw there, they're able to chain CC him. However, the efficiency of Rageblade, if no one's CCing you and if you can keep up with people, is just insane. So the damage output is awesome. They will pick up this turret. They should be able to get this base turret as well. They won't be able to grab the inhibitor yet. But even so, oh my gosh, Vayne walking into it.
I think that's just a blind attack move.
A surrender, maybe.
I think that was just the blind attack move there. Or not even an attack move, just a standard move. It's like, I should probably get to defend this turret. I'm going to take a sip of my beverage.
He had a message on his other screen, so he had to alt-tab out, just check what was going on.
It happens sometimes, but probably going to go ahead
I'm guessing that this is a surrender vote that we're seeing, though.
If there is, it may actually very well be coming in soon, but still items being bought just in case. Shirelia's going down into Annie. It's a pretty good call, I think, just to make sure to close the gap, as well as a DFG. Both APs got him. It's been pretty popular lately. I might just have to start doing it myself, even.
Yeah, DFG is a really nice item, and Shirelia's as well. You can get it on anyone, really, and it's always going to be a good item. We do see we're going to have a pull here, so Amumu going to be out of position. Pull is down. It will be up shortly, though. Blitzcrank always moving out of position for that ult. It doesn't bounce, and there's Amumu coming back in. He does have their team definitely out of position. His ultimate is up, so there's the quick kill on the Brand. Tarek going down as well. Prolly, how many kills can you pick up? Amumu, stop stealing them, but we have Skarner and Malphite here as well. They're both going to go down, and the fact that they can just 4v2 them is insane. That's how much damage they have. Unfortunately, Zion walking into it as well, and Graves is easily going to be able to pick up this kill.
Nice change on the positioning to try and maximize the damage on Demon Will, but unfortunately getting too out-damaged, and Cruiser doing what he's been doing this entire game, still pushing top lane, but should be able to get an inhibitor off this. So now it's Legion's game outright. All these objectives are just being taken one by one, and there is the surrender vote. GG. Legion going to be moving on to round of 16. Good job.
Yeah, really cool play. I enjoyed the team comp too, so
Yeah.
it was all around fun. Kale in the top lane was fantastic. The second game having the massive AoE comp was really cool to see. And Annie, it's been a while since I've seen Annie in competitive play. She's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
She's the champion that I always tell people when you're new and starting the game. Annie's a really good champion to learn. One, she's pretty easy to pick up, but then two, you can actually learn a lot of really nice mechanics with Annie. Like in lane harass, Annie's attack range is really nice, and her attack animation. So it's 550 attack range. You can just throw off your attacks, walk back, not take damage from the minions. Her laning is just really nice to learn from.
I still remember a lot of my friends back home. They've been watching the cast, they've been getting interested in LoL, and they always say, what champ should I learn? What champ should I learn? And every time I tell them, they say, learn Annie. And some of them don't, because they're just like, she's a little girl. I feel wrong.
I mean, it's not like it's not like they're. I mean, they're playing a game. Never mind.
Anyway.
But
regardless,
Legion with some really nice play there, all around a pretty cool game. Gold pretends are so OP.
They are. They absolutely are.
The runes and masteries, I have to start looking into maybe using those as well, because they're incredibly strong as well. I've talked to some people about how they're just so unbelievably powerful, and that Riot really needs to nerf them.
Yeah, but
we'll see though.
We'll see how the meta is evolving before our eyes here.
If we saw a little bit more early aggression, then gold pretends do put you at a slight disadvantage before they've paid themselves off. So there's a nice little timing window if you're going for a heavy gold pretend build, where if you have an aggressive team, you can take advantage of that.
Yeah, but unfortunately though, it got to the point where Legion could just go ahead, win those 4v5s, or in those instances 2v4s.
Yeah.
And that's what happens too with the Jax pick. He just stays there top lane. Just any advantage given to him.
Legion really had a much stronger team fight team, but
Legion had the counter initiation. They had a great counter initiation, because you saw oGaming. They tried to replicate a little bit of what Legion did game one, and that's to be pretty aggressive and try and get those kills. And Legion knew it's like, okay, well, let's just rely on our counter initiation, and then they got to the point where they can just Tibbers everything.
Yeah.
So that it's what happens. But good on Legion. Going to go ahead and move on to the round of 16, and they will be playing the winner of the new Monomaniacs and Dragon Masters. So we're going to go ahead and see how that works out. And tomorrow morning, do stick around. I mean, I know the Riot World Invitational does kick off tomorrow at noon Pacific, but do stop here before, because we got a pretty popular team going to be on the EU side. M5 going to be playing against Venatus. So it's always fun. It's always fun to see M5, and nice little a nice little pregame going into the official Riot stream. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice little tip of the hat. So, and I'm actually kind of excited to see the invitation myself tomorrow. I love. I want to see Elements playing that lineup, man. I'm excited. I'm excited.
The Riot team's pretty strong though. So
you got
Classic,
Jet,
Classic and Static, those two in particular. Jet, very well known, but Classic and Static have been, some of the top players since beta. And I remember for a long time, Classic was one of the strongest players and really vocal in the community. And so that's how he got involved with Riot. So Riot, I've heard claims from Riot that they in their mind could, put together a team that could beat anyone, any of the top teams in the world, the M5s, the CLGs, and whatnot. We'll see. I don't think that they're that good, but they do have a really strong team. They're not watching the stream, are they? They have a really strong team, and we'll see. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be entertaining.
They're really incredible players, but the top teams are top teams for a reason.
It's going to be entertaining regardless. I'm going to be tuning in. I hope everyone stops in, watches us, and then nice immediately after we'll go ahead and watch the Riot stream. It'll be a fun day tomorrow. It's going to be an amazing weekend period, and a whole bunch of stuff going on. And hey, we're glad you can go ahead and kick off the weekend with us. And, and as always, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for coming by to visit. It's always a joy to have you here watching some great matches of League of Legends. And as always, remember, follow us on Twitter, follow our YouTube, Facebook, and all the usual business. Remember, send us your tops, send us your flops, IPL replays at gmail.com. and so on. But for now, I believe we are done for the day. Thanks for sticking around. We will see you tomorrow. Good night.